Hey y'all, Tyler from O.T.R Outdoors. This video, we're gonna do a couple things. Give y'all the update that I've been postponing for a year and a half. Sorry, I'm watching for snakes and sheds. It's a little late in the season, but you never know. And give y'all the final update. We're gonna pull the memory card off the camera. Thank you to all the new people that's been subscribing to the channel. Watching all the trail cam footage I've been putting up. Oh, hang on, let me turn this camera around. I'm sure y'all heard that, but that right there, that buzzard just flew out of that deer stand and just gave me, scared me good. I'm betting there's an egg in there. See it right there sitting on the limb. Whew, catch my breath now. I was down there looking in the edge of the woods for pigs, and that buzzard came flying out of there. So that means there's either a young buzzard or an egg over here. We'll open up this deer stand and see what's in there. All right, y'all. There's 2 eggs in there. Y'all see them in the back? Let's see what's on it. All right, so there were 900 something videos on there I've got to go through. I will throw at least 2 or 3 somewhere in this video, probably at the end. Actually, you know what? I'll put them in right after this of what was on there. I'll put whatever the very last video was, and then I'll find one really good one to throw in there. But I was starting to walk the fence line out, looking for sheds and other sign of anything. There's a bunch more hog sign just on the other side of this fence that I'm standing next to. But I also found something else I want to show you real quick. 2 things actually. And I'll show both of those to you, and then we'll go from there. Here, or this game trail here, we've got, you see it right there, fresh mud on the fence from the pigs. And then this is that other hog sign I was talking about through here. There's one tree, this one here, I don't know if the camera will pick it up, that's rubbed almost completely smooth on one side from where they're rubbing on it. And then out here, I know y'all, if you've been watching my shorts lately, it's a bunch of game trail footage, just because a couple people showed interest, and it's done really well with people wanting to watch that stuff. Several coyotes, a pair of coyotes have been running around a lot. I've got some footage of them running around through here and stuff. Something just came through here. This grass is bunched down right there, running straight off into the woods, and that wasn't me. When I was walking this way, before I decided to check that fence line, see if I can find it again, there was a pile of dirt. Here it is. There's a gopher pile of dirt with a bunch of coyote scat, and then there's also a nice big snake skin. It's all the way around over here. So we're gonna go put this camera back where, if you've noticed in the trail cam footage, there's 2 different locations. We're going back to where I originally put this camera, which brings us to the update. So we have left Georgia and moved back to Texas, where I'm originally from, on the family ranch that I spent some time growing up on, but came out to all the time, worked on, played on, hunted, camped. Oh, here's some fresh, semi-fresh deer droppings, not super fresh. But a portion of that ranch is now mine, my wife and I's, and we're going to be eventually building out here or moving something out here onto this property, and this will be the homestead. In the not so near future, but in the future, this will become the homestead. And so that'll be a whole nother dynamic of stuff we're going to add to the channel, is homesteading stuff. Gonna be lots more hunting and fishing and camping and all that good stuff, but we're gonna start doing homesteading stuff. One of the first things we did, along with putting a game trail camera out here just so I can see what's going on. We've always had good deer population, healthy deer, good bucks, which y'all can attest to. If you haven't seen it, go back through some of the short videos. We've got some really good bucks. A lot of good does. But that the deer blind over there that buzzard flew out of, I moved that to its current location with some help from a place down in the woods that we moved for the kids. That was one of the first improvements we did. Well, there's a ton of hog sign over here, guys. A bunch of it. We'll walk over there and look at it in just a second. But that was one of the other improvements we've done already, is move that deer stand from where it was way down deep in the woods to up here close to the fence line. It's a little easier for me with the kids to sneak into and hunt out of, and it's a real short distance if they were to take an animal, for them to help carry it out and take on the full responsibility of harvesting an animal. So those two things were some of the first things we've done. We've got just a little shy of 40 acres. And that is the update that's been waiting to come for about 1.5 years. With that, when we moved, I spent about a year working for the state, still in wildland fire, and about 3 months ago, I left wildland firefighting for a job that put me a little closer to the ranch. So there will be one more wildland firefighter video coming up in the near future from all of last year, like I do every year, but it will probably be the last one. I am going to try and stay a seasonal and still fight fires during the peak of the season if needed, but probably won't be any more firefighting videos, wildland firefighting videos. It was time to move on to something different, and this was a part of it, this piece of property. So I'm not going to show you a lot of the property right now. As we go along and do stuff, each different parts will be opened up. There's that buzzard squawking now that I'm away from it, its nest. But this is going to be part of it. Little pieces here and there of stuff. What we just walked through is one of the areas we are going to be hunting. The girls will be hunting with me, just because it's an easy spot, a nice big area. It's kind of between two big groups of trees. One's all wood line on the other side, and you've got a 20-yard section of trees that separates it from one of the main pastures, so it's a good spot. I've got videos of deer bedding. I've got videos of deer playing. And if you've watched, like I said, watched my shorts, I've had up to 10 or 15 different deer in this little spot all at once. So it's a good spot for the kids. Let me turn the camera around. I'll show you this fresh, very, very fresh, what looks like extremely fresh pig sign. Look at there. That's a really fresh one right there for reference here. That's as wide as my hands. That's almost a 4-inch print there, and that's pretty fresh. But it looked like they were working on a wallow over here. They got all of this stuff moving around. I'm really hoping get a pig hunt, like I've said in some of my shorts lately, try and get a pig hunt set up. Some time for me to come out here in the evening, or early morning. I got some video of them coming early morning and midday, but I'm at work during the day. Yeah, they're coming through here pretty hard. That right there, nice wallow they're working on. That's 5 foot wide, or 5 foot long. So that's there. There's a bunch more stuff tore up. There's some more really good sized hog tracks right here. There's a little moisture here. We had a bunch of good rain a week ago. We hadn't had rain in a while. But this little spot I'm standing in is holding some moisture, which I'm sure is one of the things drawing them to it. Not seeing a lot of mud off the trees or they're rubbing. They're just coming over here to stay cool now that it's starting to get warm. So let's head across, and if I find anything else cool on the way, I'll bring y'all back in. If not, we'll just be down there in the bottom, setting the trail camera up back in this other spot where I've got my really big bucks that I've been watching. They hang out further down on the property, and that's where I'm going to put this camera back out. Try and catch some more footage of them. Something, I'm guessing a pig, has been working that log, trying to get grubs and things out of it. So these were all the big bucks like to hang out. Got one decent sized buck where that other camera was, but these are definitely the bigger bucks hanging out down here in this bottom area. So that cedar tree right in front of us, this big one here, is where the camera goes, and it faces down through here. So we're gonna put it up there and go from there. Well, I was gonna put the camera on this cedar, but the pigs have been using it to rub on. All right, so here is the final solution. That down oak top, it was right there in the middle, had a limb right here on the very end, facing back down the direction I want it to look at. And that was the final thing. I'll show you what it looks like here in a minute. I just set it up to do a walk by to see what it looks like from where it's sitting, to see if that's gonna be a good angle to catch all the stuff in this field. So, all right, so there's the camera. This is about what the angle's gonna end up looking like when it's said and done. So that should be a pretty good spot. So the sun coming in on the camera shouldn't be too much of an issue. May get a little flare out, but not terrible, especially with them. These trees are really greening up good, so there shouldn't be a lot. But this fresh pig sign down here should have some good pig video. So the direction we were looking, that's kind of a swampy, low area. There's a creek, year-round creek that flows down there. A bunch of stuff comes in and out of there, so it should be really good. Hopefully we can get some more bobcat footage. I didn't post. I had that video on my YouTube channel, and I took it down. I need to put it back up. It was on my computer at the house, not on my phone. I took it down and relabeled it because it just uploaded weird for some reason. So I'm gonna redo that and put it back up there. I do have one bobcat sighting from where it was before. It's a little bit better area for them. Hopefully get some of that. And there's a ton of really nice game trails through this area, all through this whole area coming down to where we just put the camera back out. So we should get some really good footage, some new footage, different animal. I know some of the deer, a lot of the does I've seen in both locations, but only one or two of the bucks I can tell for sure. My two bigger bucks have not been up where I had the camera. So I'm gonna start getting some video of them as they start growing their antlers back in. So it should be really good. So, well, thank you for joining me. Thank you again for all the new people who are subscribing to the channel. Welcome. Sorry it took so long to get the update up. Part of the reason the update took so long is that this last year when I was still in fire, it was go from pretty much day one, chasing fire, as soon as I swapped over from federal to stateside. So all of last year was spent mostly chasing fire. That's part of the reason for the delay of getting the update video to y'all. Was just not having time to get out here, or having time to go do a whole lot, just because we didn't get a lot of rain last year, and fire season ran from spring all the way into late fall. So it was definitely a busy time for fire last year here in the state of Texas. But welcome to the channel. Like I said, for all you new people, thanks again for sticking around. All the other people have been here, and I'm gonna try my absolute hardest, good Lord willing, and the creek don't rise, that start putting out some more regular content other than the trail cam stuff. I know a lot of people are enjoying that, a lot of people interacting with that. So thank you. Remember, there's always a storm coming. Keep your powder dry, your action knife sharp, and eye on your back trail. We'll see y'all next time.